Seville, that city in Spain, is also the terrestrial starting point of the mind-bending journey of Pedro Oliva Ramirez, who in 1986 drove his automobile into an alternate realm. Pedro Oliva Ramirez is an educated man, a successful industrial engineer who took a business trip. In the month of November, on a Sunday night, at about 11:15 p.m., Ramirez says that he was driving from Seville to his rented room in the town of Alcalá de Guadaira. It was a trip of only 10 miles on a narrow country road. Ramirez had lived previously in the town. He knew this old road. But after rounding some corner, he had to stop the car. As he sat there, with his car idling, he looked back. Suddenly he found himself on a 6-lane highway, which should not have even been there. And this highway ran perfectly straight for as far as the eye could see in both directions. On the left side of the highway, where no industrial complex should be, one now appeared. On the right side, he saw buildings that he gradually came to recognize as high-rise apartments, 20 stories tall. For a while, he was afraid to stop, because the peculiar environs told him he must be in some foreign country. He approached a visible force field that appeared to block the road. The force field reminded him of a soccer net. As he approached this luminous, almost transparent barrier, the temperature inside his vehicle increased to an uncomfortable degree, as if he was being exposed to some kind of microwave energy. That's when he heard the voice, a voice that was apparently beamed into the interior of his car, the voice of a woman, but oddly automated, as if he was hearing a recorded message.
You are now passing through gate number 2059. Teleportation complete. Please do not exit your automobile.
He had just successfully completed a teleport. Without slowing down, he passed harmlessly through the luminous barrier, and the heat inside his vehicle subsided. Where were all the other cars? They were all passing him at high rates of speed. They were big like cars from decades ago, as if there had never been a fuel crisis here. And the cars came only in 2 colors, white or beige. They had black rectangular license plates, which looked nothing like the plates issued in Spain. He drove for more than an hour. Then he stopped, and he got out of the car. He left his headlights on. He examined the shoulder of the highway, with its belt of tall grass, which turned out to flank both sides of the road. The grass was especially thin, but grew thickly, and seemed manicured to a consistent height of just over 2 feet. While Ramirez looked around, traffic still pulsed along the highway. Then he noticed that these cars passed only at regular intervals. That is, only every 8 minutes. Like they were all on the same schedule. Like they were automated. He wondered, were these cars driving themselves? At last he thought he saw an exit, on the left side of the highway. It was unmarked, and patchy in spots, like a service road. that was not at all very well maintained, but he took it. He drove another half hour before reaching the triple sign that would be his salvation. At least these signs were marked with places that Ramirez seemed to know: Malaga, Seville, and Alcalá in a third direction. In his hurry to leave, Ramirez just wanted to get back to Seville. So he took the branch to Seville. Without even knowing why, Ramirez now stopped his car. Then, sitting in his car, when he looked out the driver's side window, he found himself just outside his small apartment in Alcalá de Guadaira. A trip that normally took him but a half hour, he just endured for 3 hours and 5 minutes. And he used up enough fuel to have traveled more than 125 miles. Ramirez later tried to retrace his route many times, but never again did he find himself upon the unnatural highway of 6 lanes. It did not appear on any map, and when he questioned some of the local residents, they said they never heard of it. Was Pedro Oliva Ramirez abducted, removed from this earth by deliberate alien force? Or was he transported into the future? 5 years after his impossible journey, the autovia was built. Route A92, a 6-lane highway that runs from Seville through Alcalá de Guadaira and also through Malaga. The only question would be, just how far into the future did Ramirez travel?
I have seen some of the experiments shown in this film actually carried out